So if you want to grow carrots in your garden, it is a little bit more of a challenging garden vegetable for beginners per se. But even without a tiller, it is possible. Mix in coffee grounds to the soil, and that helps keep the wireworms out of your carrots. We don't have the tiller here today, had at a friend's house. So we dug down deep with a shovel and just flipped everything over. And then we laid sand over top. And then we rolled it over again with a shovel and got in here with the hose. And then as you can see, there's definitely some sand in there, but it doesn't look crazy sandy. And these lines across are like rows per se. And I just took the board, you know, put it on an angle to make those just real lightly. And you don't want to go very deep, like quarter to an eighth of an inch. And so there's just really shallow dimples. There's really not much more to it. We're definitely going to lay straw over top of this. I think I'm gonna cover them up a bit with the dirt though, and then we're gonna hit it with some finely shredded mulch, which is actually hay in our situation, because hay is much finer and it's what we have here. So when you're planting in those little rows, you want to get about, I believe the number is 3 to 4 seeds per inch in the row. Then the rows between like 3 and 5 inches apart. I'm not 100% sure there. You could find a lot of different numbers online, I'm sure. I think I did mine about 3 inches apart. And it's really cool that I've only used up one packet so far. It might take 3 packs for this bed. That's going to yield a lot of carrots. The thing with carrots is it's a very small seed, like grass seed. And when they come up, they look just like grass, and that's the most common weed in our garden is grass. So they can just be difficult to get past that crucial first stage of germination, because what often happens is they're buried too deep or not deep enough. And if they're not deep enough, they dry out and they won't germinate. And if they're too deep, then they can't push through all the soil and they run out of energy and they die under the soil because they never reach the sunlight. So the seed only has so much energy, and all seeds are work a little different, you know, but the smaller they are, the harder they are to get going. The pack that I'm using right now, it's Royal Chantenay, and they were $1.25 a pack, I believe. So I'll have less than $4 in seed in this row, and I guarantee you we pull a lot of carrots out of it. I'm looking forward to it. I like carrots a lot in stews, and hopefully we're gonna plan to juice a bunch of them, grow some extra carrots, some extra beets, and that's just real economical, you know. $4 in seed, spend, you know, maybe an afternoon doing it, and then the good thing about carrots too is that once they get up past that crucial stage of being real young, they're gonna canopy out and shade everything else out real well. So you weed them a couple times in the beginning of the season, and then they kind of hold their own for the rest while they're growing. And then once they're mature, you can kind of leave them in the ground for a good long while. The wireworms can be a concern. Since we use some coffee, I'm not too worried about it, but it's really nice because you can pick them as you need them once they're ripe. You aren't like with a tomato, it's like you don't pick it right when it's ripe. It'll be rotten in a couple days. As long as the ground is dry enough, they will keep for a good long time, these carrots in the ground. And then we like to put them in the root cellar, but chances are this batch is going to be ate up and put into stews and given away to friends and used up in the canning process over the summer. Put some in the root cellar, because carrot is a biennial crop and it will produce seed next year. But seeing how it's too cold and they'll freeze and die over winter, you can keep some in the root cellar and then get them out. You get them out in the spring and replant them. And then they'll produce a seed head in their second year. So, pretty cool crop. I gotta get them in the ground. It's threatening to rain. Some drops are just falling. So, luckily I remembered all that. I was able to share it. So, that's all I can think of right now. I'm sure I left something out, but you'll tell me about that. Thanks for watching.